What's happening, everybody? Pragmatic Addict here. So I just got back from my early screening of The Menu, releasing on November 18th. So The Menu, I don't know if I'd say that I was really looking forward to it. I couldn't really, for a while I didn't really know exactly what this film was pitching. I do know that it was like, a dark comedy, like horror type of movie, but I will say it is not really a horror film. It is a very dark comedy with definitely disturbing results to it. So the center plot of this movie is that all these people are invited to an exclusive restaurant on a remote island. And all the people that are invited to this restaurant have very notable, credits to their personas. They're either extremely well off, they're public figures, or critics or celebrities of some sort. And again, this restaurant is exclusive. It's completely off the maps. It is only located on a remote island where you have to get to by boat or helicopter. And basically what ends up happening is that all these people that go to this restaurant to either critique it or, just experience, because they say in the movie there's a quote from Ralph Fiennes, the main chef, who states that there are many people that would, pretty much kill just to be able to experience the food from this restaurant just once in a lifetime. It is a once in a lifetime experience for those that generally get to, experience this restaurant. And an interesting thing that I really wanted to know, almost immediately as we start seeing the ground that this movie is going to cover, as far as its tones and its layout and the kind of people that we're going to be dealing with on both ends, both the customers as well as the chefs. I was getting huge Midsummer vibes, where it's almost an experience, and people that, get to experience this, it really is just a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Not everybody gets to, and it is a huge event. And when we actually see what this is, it is hugely traumatic and hugely disturbing, which I will not spoil what is going on here. But I will say that from what I gathered from the trailers and what I was kind of theorizing up to seeing this movie, I had an idea for where the movie might be leading. But holy fuck, does this movie just take so many fucking twists and turns. This is absolutely one of the most original films, not only of the year, but even just watching this film, I'm like, it is very striking as far as not only the originality in it, but this type of movie specifically, how well everything works in only this movie. The dialogue and the humor and everything, and even the themes and everything that take place in this movie. There are a lot of themes that this movie is about, that it centers on, humanity, as well as persona and perfection and criticism. And that played really well into this movie as far as, again, what its overall layout is as well as the characters here. It is a very psychological movie where, so basically, like I was saying earlier, a bunch of people are invited to this event, and they're all very specific people. They're either critics or very noteworthy people. For example, John Leguizamo, he plays an actor in this film. There's a couple people that are extremely well off that work under someone who knows the head chef of this place personally, and they kind of got a foot in the door to kind of experience this. There's also, again, other food critics. There's fans that are here. So all the people that are invited to this night are very specific people that were handpicked by the chefs and people that run the place. And basically where Anya Taylor-Joy's character comes in is that so she plays this woman named Margot, where her partner that she is with, it turns out that she is actually replacing another person that was supposed to be there that couldn't make it. So Anya Taylor-Joy is the only person out of all the people that were invited here that wasn't expected to be here. And Anya Taylor-Joy, so it's no surprise that she's absolutely phenomenal in this film, but really, I mean, I would say that everybody is good in this movie, but there are obviously, people that are, divided from the rest that really do stand out. Anya Taylor-Joy, Ralph Fiennes, even John Leguizamo. I really liked his character because it is kind of like breaking like a fourth wall, kind of like, picking fun at it, because, he is an actor, and he plays an actor in this movie, and the reason why he's there, and the reason why all these people are here, are for very personal, again, handpicked reasons. And it's funny because, literally, like, right when, not even right when the people get on the island, but, like right when you, see all the people that are gonna be a part of this, you're instantly like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see all of these people die. Because that's exactly what this film is doing. It's grabbing all these privileged people, these people that have higher standards or think that they're above everybody else and everything, that are on this pedestal, and it's fleshing them out in a very humane way. It's picking at their roots, and it's, degrading them, and it's, this film is very much, again, about humanity and perfection. And Anya Taylor-Joy being the only one out of all these people that is just an ordinary person who wasn't, again, of all people planning to be here, that's where things really get really interesting, and that's where the movie really just kind of unfolds with. And going further with the personas of all these people and all the different, kinds of people here, that is what the film really relies on. It is a very psychological film that depends again, on the idea of all these vastly different people that, again, some of them are critics, some of them are, actors, some of them are just fans of this chef or this restaurant. And that is a big thing of this movie. That's what a lot of it relies on. That's where a lot of everything comes in, from the, very dark humor that is personally, picking at these stereotypes and these kind of people here, but also their perspectives, not only, from the outlooks of each individual person, but also of the outlooks of each individual person in the fashion that they are in. Again, from the critics, from the fans' perspective, from, these just really privileged rich people that don't even really know anything about food, that are just here because they could afford it. And that's the thing, is that, I see this, I just saw this film, and, after seeing it, I'm like, okay, so I get where its main, what mainly rested on its shoulders. I get what it's mostly trying to say or trying to do, but this is one of those films that it's not really worth rewatching because you're trying to figure things out or try to get a better understanding or try to know things that you didn't before. It's very interesting to think about rewatching this film because of all the different people, all the different layers, and all the different themes. And yes, not only is this movie good, but it is, very original. Not very original in the sense of, its premise or its main, concept, you could say. But for this type of specific film, again, all the humor in here, and all of the dialogue, and all of the thrills, and I guess horror and suspense, you could call it, they really work in the culinary department. This is a film that, it's not like you have to, be very invested or be very experienced with food or anything. The film does very well at, depicting that, and yes, a lot of the dialogue and humor is very, satirical in that culinary aspect, but that is just, how the film just chose to, be centered on. Other than that, it is about the themes here, the, humanity themes, and the themes of, again, professionalism and standards and perfection. Where the film really lies, again, is on a character level. All the different types of people, and how they're all vastly different, and what each of their perspectives are seeing and thinking, and what each character is going to do. And that's what makes this film really exciting, is that there is a huge layout of all kinds of different people, and they are all, going through very traumatic, very disturbing stuff that happen, at this restaurant. And you do get a very good grasp at what each of them is really seeing, and who they really are underneath, all of the layers and everything to them. And I gotta say, yeah, that was a big thought I had before seeing the movie. Was like, okay, so what is actually going to be the twist here? What is actually going to be what's going on here? And throughout the entire movie, I was thinking that too, like, okay, there's got to be like 30, 40 minutes left. What is happening? And then by the end of it, you're like, okay. I think I see what you're saying here. I definitely see what you're trying to say at least. But what the fuck? And that is what is going to get this film, is what's going to grab a lot of people, is that this is one to rewatch and revisit, but not for the reasons of really catching things that you didn't before. It is from watching it from all these different perspectives. There is a lot of character in this film. There is a lot of psychology and a lot of, humanity and a lot of layers on a lot of, very mature levels. And with the vast majority of everything in this movie, just the turns of where the story was going to go, and, not only with, like, how a story is going to, go from beginning to end, but all the possible routes that this film had to it. For something in this vein, with the specific route and really everything in this movie, from it being, in its location to the kind of isolation look of it all, with all these different types of stereotypes and different types of people, this is a movie that really could go anywhere. But you also know that it, is in its own vein. This is it is one of those movies where people are invited to something, and it's this event, this, invitation, and shit just goes horribly wrong. We've seen a lot of movies like that before. But what makes this film really stand out with saying that is how self-aware it all is. Overall, I'm going to give The Menu a positive review. This movie was extremely exciting. Not because everything worked or of, all the different genres. Again, there's a lot of dark comedy, there is, some suspense, there is some horror, there is very disturbing stuff, and even like the layouts and the kind of like genre tropes, you could call it, of the movie. Just everything, from characters to writing to genres. It was it was a fucking buffet, dude. But yes, guys, that is going to do it for my review of The Menu. I would actually consider seeing this one, again, either buying it on Blu-ray or seeing it again in the theater. Again, not because there are things that I missed, but honestly because I actually know everything now, and I just want to have a better understanding. This is a movie worth revisiting for all the right reasons that a movie should be, revisited on. But yes, guys, that is going to do it for my review of The Menu. My next film review will be She Said, releasing on the 18th. I will be seeing this one on the 17th that night. So yes, guys, look forward to seeing this movie. It is one of the better ones of the year. And I know a lot of people are saying how horror is huge this year. There are some bangers, definitely. And, whether it be horror or whether it just be movies in general, this is one of the top ones. So yes, guys, definitely check out The Menu, and I will see you guys in my next review of She Said. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys are having a great night. Take care.